Right, hello, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome. My name is Paul, I'm also called Knick-Knack, and I'm recording this review on the 5th of November here in the UK. If you hear banging going off in the background, please don't worry, keep your dogs locked indoors. It's fireworks night in the UK, and therefore, people are letting off fireworks. Probably worth you going to look it up, and it doesn't have everything to do with V for Vendetta, just so you know. At any rate, like I say, my name is Paul. I do the daily teaser range of quizzes here on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Mr. Cuddy2977, and on my blog, Knick-Knack's Old Peculiar. I'll try and put links into the teasers up there, and to my movie reviews as well, and to my TV reviews as and when I watch them, if I get the chance and if my brain remembers to put the links in. At any rate, over the past few weeks, I've been watching the first series of Strange New Worlds, the latest Star Trek series, and I, last night, watched Episode 7, The Serene Squall, and I wanted, briefly, to tell you about it. Episode 7, The Serene Squall, opens up with a summary of earlier episodes, as these things always do, and then shifts to show us T'Pring, Gia Sandu, I work at the Ankeshton to Kill Criminal Rehabilitation Centre, doing a job as a therapist and explaining in her log that she was finding it challenging. As challenging as a separation from her fiancé, Spock, played by Ethan Peck. T'Pring's solution is to try and spice things up a little bit. Later that day, Nurse Chapel and Spock are on their way to a meeting between the senior crew and Dr. Aspen, Jesse James Cottell, a former counsellor who left Starfleet many years before in order to provide humanitarian aid on the edges of Federation space, and one who is now having problems. Problems with some lost Federation colonists, problems with a pirate ship called the Serene Squall, and problems with the captain, Captain Angel. Now, what did I make of this episode? Good, bad, indifferent, neither, none of them? I can think, or I should say, that we can rule out the last few options there. The Serene Squall is another good episode. Overall, I don't think we're looking at an episode as good as the last one I watched, the fantastic Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach. That really was a superb episode. I suspect very few other episodes in this series, in this first series of Strange New Worlds, will. But it's a very well done episode. Every one of the ensemble acts it well. The production is spot on perfect. It's an episode that opens on Vulcans talking about sex. It's an episode that opens on a very light note, closes on a very, very dark note, and has an interesting villain. The scene in the opening teaser, pre-titled teaser, where Spock and T'Pring talk about their sex lives is, well, Spock wasn't the only one choking on his coffee, let's put it that way. It's hysterical. Dr. Aspen, Captain Angel, as portrayed by actress Jesse James Cottell. Cottell, I should add, is a transgender woman playing a non-binary character, and I have to confess, neither of which I'm totally comfortable with. That, I believe, is, for the most part, a lack of familiarity with the trans or gender fluid community. I live in suburban Essex, so we don't exactly... There's not a visible LGBTQI community that one can interact with to get familiar or comfortable with. Saying that, Cottell is extremely striking looking, especially with the costume and the makeup of the tattooed snake around her eye. And puts in a very compelling performance as the ship's main, or as the episode's main villain. It really is something to watch, and it's something I suspect is probably inspiring fan art as we speak. I think there's one or two sites that will have something, from what I can see. Check out DeviantArt and feed in Jesse James Cottell. If, as I suspect we may, we get more of Angel's lover, Zavarius, I believe we'll get more of Angel themselves. Something I would welcome. Cattell plays a very compelling villain here, and it's something we should see more of, I think. Talking of performances, let's talk about Spock, baby. Zachary Quinto in the movies from earlier this century did a great job as Spock, really did. Peck, on the other hand, is doing a better job, has nailed the performance, and in these past couple of episodes, I think, has done most of his acting with some very restrained facial expressions. It really is quite something to watch. There's a look on his face when he and T'Pring are talking in this episode. There was a very, very, very slight, very restrained smile in Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach. It's quite a compelling performance there, and something I am loving watching. Long may it continue. Now, outside that, is the Serene Squall good? Yes. Is it as good as Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach? No. The latter is the far better episode, and by far the best episode this series. That is not going to stop me telling you that the Serene Squall is a very good episode indeed. It is not going to stop me watching what I feel is a very well-made series, is a very good series of Star Trek, and some very entertaining science fiction, and some very good TV. I will be watching the next episode, The Elysian Kingdom, on the Friday the 11th of November, and I will be posting my reviews on Saturday the 12th. I will hopefully see you then. Until then, live long and prosper.